We will move to the part 2, that is the multiple choice question part. And the sixth question is about adding and subtracting polynomials. These are very simple problems. You have over here polynomials, that is more than one term. So binomial, trinomial, and so on. So here you can see the variable is c, over here also it's c. But you can see there's a minus sign in between. It means it's subtraction. So left side there is nothing, so you just start with 3c to the power 3 minus c plus 11. What about this side? Multiply this minus side throughout and it'll be minus c power 2 minus c power 2 minus 2c, and this minus and plus becomes again minus 8. You have to multiply this minus inside the bracket, so all the three terms will change their sign because it's negative. If it's minus over here, if imagine this was minus 8, then minus and minus it would have been plus. But here it's all plus inside the bracket, so it changes to all minus. Now group the terms. You don't need to do any methods. Directly you can solve it. Is there any other degree 3? No. So this is the answer. And what about the c power 2? There is only one, minus c squared. How many c terms are there? It's minus c and minus 2c. Minus 1, minus 2 is minus 3. Because if nothing is there beside an alphabet, that means it's 1. Okay, we don't. You can write 1x or you just write x. It's understood there is 1. You don't need to write it always, So you need to understand it's minus 1, minus 3, minus 1, minus 2. That will be minus 3. So minus 3 what? C you should write. And lastly, plus 11 minus 8 would be plus 3. So this is it. That is the first answer. Very easy, right? That's the answer. Now there is a shortcut method as well. I mean, not a shortcut method, calculator method, but that is more complicated. But I'll show you over here. Since it's single variables, let us take our calculators. This method only works when there are 4 options given, but it's lengthy method. So what you need to do is first put the question over here. Instead of z, I'll put it as x squared plus x plus, now you need to put the brackets as well. I'm sure after this method you will personally choose the solving method rather than the calculator method, because this is just too long. And minus 11, I've just typed in the question as it is. Instead of the variable z, I put x because we can only put x in our calculator. Now then, you need to calculate x at a specific value. This is the calculate option. Calculate what value do you want to assume for x. You choose that value. I wouldn't suggest you to go with 1 or 0. Never choose these two values. You can go with 2, 3 and 4 and so on. You can go with 1.5, 2, 2.5 and so on. Now what I'll choose is, because it's calculator which does the work, I will choose calculate at 1.5. And at 1.5, we are getting the answer of minus 5. Okay. Now you need to look into the 4 options. See, this is one of the correct option. You will have 4 options, right? You need to type all the 4 options and check which gives you the same answer. See, x squared plus x minus 11. And now when you calculate at the same value, you don't need to type it out again because it's already saved. X is 1.5. Here also you get minus 5. Whereas all the other options, it might be 3x squared. See, when you calculate here, you won't get minus 5, it will be something else. Only one correct option. Now, it might be over here, again, x power 2 itself. See, I'm just giving you examples of different options, Now, this doesn't match. Only one value would match. That is the correct answer. Now, here, sorry, it is alpha x. Now, here, this is the exact answer, right? That will be one of the option, and when you calculate it at 1.5, it will give you the whatever we got for the question. So this is how we can tally it. That's the answer. Now I will show you over here, but it's complicated when we have 2 variables, x and y. In such cases, you can do the same method. It's just that you have to give x a single value. Like say, I'll give it as 2, x as 2, and y I'll give it as 3. Okay. Now I will show you how to solve it up. if it is two variables. If it's three variables, you have to give one more value. Z can be say 4 or so on. Now here, instead of 2, open the bracket, instead of x, sorry, I substitute 2 because x I'm assuming to be 2, minus 2. Don't put alpha x because there are two variables. You cannot input two variables. So instead of y, what do we do? Multiply it by 3 because we assumed y as 3, plus 1, close the bracket, minus, open the bracket, 3 times what is y? It is it is number 3, plus 4x is number 2. Close the bracket. What is the answer? So at these values, the answer we got at values, it is minus 18. The question, you need to double check it because sometimes you might interchange x to y, y to x, then it's an error. So it was 2 times 2 minus 3 plus 1 and minus 3 over here 3 and yes 2. It's minus 18. Now we need to see all the four options. This is the correct answer, right? I'll just type it out. Instead of x, what do you type? 2 minus 5, y is 3 plus 1. What is the answer? Minus 18. It should match. Only this matches, all the others will not match. Now, if you have any other option, say over here there was x squared. See, it doesn't match. Only one specific value matches, and that is the correct answer. So that's how we can eliminate the other three wrong options because it's choice part, right? Multiple choice. Eliminate the other options, only select the correct one. So that is the calculator method, but I will stick to the normal method because many students would prefer the normal method itself. Now I'll solve this one because it's the same method. X squared y minus 3x squared. Left side, let us write it out as it is. And right side it's plus, so I'll write 3y, and it's plus minus, it'll be plus, it'll be minus itself, 2x squared y. Now how can we simplify? There is x squared y, same terms, right? Same variables. So what is minus 2 plus 1? It will be minus 1. We don't write minus 1. I'll just write x squared y. And what about x squared? Let's write minus 3x squared itself. There is no other x squared term, but there is y. So plus 3 and 1 is 4y. That is the correct answer. Now here in your options, okay, now in this case it's fine. It's similar. They're written in the same format. Sometimes when you solve it, instead of writing this as the first term, you might write it at the end. That is absolutely fine. Look here, if you're solving it manually, you might write it like this. Plus 4y minus x squared y. Now you need to see these terms. Is it minus? Yes, that's correct term. This is correct term. And the last term is correct. And that is absolutely the correct option. All the others would be different. Please solve these by yourselves. Okay, I would do this one because it looks a bit complicated, right? Now minus 8xy plus 3x squared minus 5y plus 4x squared minus 2y plus 6y xy. Next, what we do? Here, plus 6 and minus 8, when you add it up, it will be minus 2xy. Only this is the xy terms. And what about x squared terms? There are two x squared terms. Plus 4 plus 3 is 7x squared minus 7y. That's it. That's the answer. Let's see what was complicated over here. Nothing. See, now over here, they have just done it differently. Ignore that method. I have written this absolutely correct, but it's just that these two terms are interchanged. You can see over here it starts with 7x squared minus 2xy and minus 7y. Both are correct. So that's how we solve it. Please do try to solve. Method is always the same. This is r xt minus 8r squared x plus x squared minus 6r x squared minus 5. Both the others remain minus. Now then, which is having same variable over here? This is minus to plus will become minus. So now minus 5 plus 4 is minus r, right? Yes. R squared x. And what about x squared plus 2x squared? It's plus 3x squared. So that is Just check this. Oh, look at this. What a mistake I have done. This is r square x and this is rx square. They're not the same. I cannot write r square x minus 6rx squared. Be careful with the variables. Okay. So that is the correct answer. Remember, look at the variables. Now you'll have four options. Be keen on checking all the proper options and then choose the correct answer. Now here, you can try these by yourself. Um, is the highest power of the variable. It's power 2. Degree is 2. Now what about the number of terms? How many terms are there? 1, 2, 3. So degree d is 2. Terms are 3. What about over here? There is only one term. Degree I'll write first. It's 3 and terms are 1. Here there is 3 terms. The degree is 3 as well, power 3. So that's it. So that is what they're asking for. Now the first answer over here is having degree 2 and it's a quadratic. You don't, I mean, they've just asked degree. Degree is 2, terms are 3. Here they have asked degree 3, term is 1. It's just a monomial. Now this 42 is done later on as well. Now what about 39th one? Degree is 4, easily, and the terms are 2. It's binomial. What about this? Degree is 3 and 2 terms. 2 terms, degree 3. How many degrees are over here? 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 5 degree, 4 terms. Degree is 5, terms are 4. Terms are 3, degree is 3. Both 3, 3. And now we have to again find the sum and difference. But one thing before I conclude here, imagine I'll just give you a question, okay? I'll write it out over here. So you have x to the power 4 minus 3x squared plus 2 plus x squared. Just pause the video and try to solve this. If anyone has solved degree 4, yes, that's correct. If anyone has told terms 4, that would be wrong. Terms are 3. Why? Because here it's x power 4, but these two are same degrees. You need to simplify them. It will be minus 2x squared plus 2. It's trinomial, 3 terms only. So remember, if there are same degrees, you need to simplify and then you need to count the number of terms. If there were two numbers over here, if there was again plus 4, you should solve it. It'll be plus 6. It's not 5 terms. After you simplify, whatever the terms you get, that's the answer. I hope that's clear. And here we are finding the sum. It's the same thing, just there are many terms. I'll do the down one over here because there's degree 2 as well over here. Now 5a squared minus 4 plus a squared minus 2a plus 12 plus 4a squared minus 6a plus 8. Now what are the same terms? All these 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 1, it's 10a squared. And what are a terms? There are two a terms, that is minus 5a because, sorry, it is minus 2a and it's minus 8a. Well, because minus 2 minus 6 will be minus 8. What about the numbers? Minus 4, 12, it will be 8 over here, plus 8, it's 16. So that's the answer. This is 8 and 16. So we can leave it over there. You don't need to simplify, I believe. Yeah, that's it. That is the answer. Even over here, you can easily multiply the signs and solve them up. Last one, let's quickly do this one. It is 3c power 2 minus 7 plus 4c plus 7 minus c squared plus 5. Sorry, now minus has been multiplied. So it's not minus 5. It is, sorry, it's not plus 5. It's minus 5 and plus 8. Now all the squared terms. 3 minus 1 is 2. So it's 2c squared. And what about c terms? There is over here 5c, which I forgot to write. It's 4 minus 5. So it'll be minus c only. And lastly, sum this cancels off. It'll be plus 8. So that is the final answer. It's 2c squared minus c plus 8. That's how easily we can solve this particular question, and that's the end of question 6.